Buffalo, New York. It is time for week 12 of the Simulation Football League season. We're ready to close this one out, and we are here in Buffalo for Queen City Corsairs taking on the Arizona Scorpions. Queen City has a little playoff positioning still in mind here. Rich Pratchett, Gerald Judas, Ceci with you, tonight. Mark Lopez in the booth. Gerald, how do you see this one going?
Hey, Rich, I see this with Queen City needing a win to maybe avoiding the wild card spot and getting that extra game off, which is great for their team right now. As you can see, team comparisons, the two best pass defenses in the league. So you're going to look for, I think, for a low-scoring game here tonight.
All right, I want to welcome everybody out there watching on 11 Sports and for the fans. If you're home quarantined, we've got some live sports here for you tonight. Make sure you get out to simulationfl.net, check things out. And twitch.tv/FTF Next if you want to join in the chat. Get out there and interact with the community, and we'll tell you a little bit more about the Simulation Football League as the game goes on, but we're ready to get things going here from Conpro Field in Buffalo, New York. And it looks like Arizona Scorpions will kick off to the Corsairs to get this one underway. And the kick is away. And week 12 is underway for these two teams. Return comes out past the 25 to the 28-yard line. And that's where the Corsairs will come out and start their first series on offense. A.J. Caswell, the quarterback, comes in 286 of 418 for over 3,400 yards, 34-39 to be exact. 22 touchdowns to 24 interceptions, 68% completion percentage, and he starts out in the shotgun. Going to throw on first down the right-hand side, and that one's tipped and incomplete. Let's take a look at the Queen City offense, and I was just telling you about A.J. Caswell in his 7th season here as quarterback. Fullback is Jet Zero. Wide receivers Chris Curtis and Stephen Hacker. Tight end is James Matthew Jr. And the front line, the center Freddie Tubbs Jr., the tackle Griffin King, and the kicker is James Stroll. So up under center, going to go to 3-back set for Queen City. 4 down linemen for Arizona. Hands it off right up the middle, Jet Zero. He's going to get a couple. They'll give him 3 up to the 31. Let's take a look at the Arizona defense. Mana Kanaka in his 3rd season in the SFL at cornerback. Defensive ends are D.D. Saxon, Mark Mello. Defensive tackles Alex Constantine and Dennis Green in a Week 11 signing. Outside linebacker Joey Tropicana. Inside linebacker B.J. Lovelace. Corners are Tanner Hendricks, Parker Thomas, and Mana Kanaka, as I said. And the safeties are Eddie Gage and Kanye Rockefeller. That pass was good enough for a first down for Queen City.
Good pass there to Luther Gond, number 82, for a first down and moving the chains. Good start for Queen City right now.
So first down and 10 now. Ball sits at the 43. 2 wide to the right. Caswell to throw, swings it out to Jet Zero going left, and he is met behind the line of scrimmage. I think that was B.J. Lovelace making the tackle.
B.J. Lovelace with some great lateral speed there for tackling Dolworth behind the line of scrimmage, bringing up the 2nd and 11.
Hands it off right up the middle. And nowhere to go that time. Gets the ball out to the 43, gain of 1. Dennis Green on the tackle.
Big stop there to make a 3rd and long situation for Queen City. But Queen City definitely have the offensive weapons to pick up this 3rd and long. Let's see if they go to Hacker or Curtis on this play.
Empty backfield. 4 wide with a tight end. Caswell steps up in the pocket, delivers it straight over the middle, but a great defensive play. Knocks the ball loose from Stephen Hacker and forces a 4th down.
As I said, I was looking for Hacker across the middle there. Great defensive play there by Arizona to put this high-powered Queen City offense off the field and having them punt and get the ball in halfway decent field position, maybe.
Standing back at his own 28-yard line, Ricky Matthews. High snap, but he pulls it down. Kicks that one away. And return comes out to the 24. And Arizona will give this one a shot on first down and 10 from the 24.
Good to see Ashley Jackson here coming out on the field. Had a rough game the last game against Las Vegas, throwing 5 interceptions. We'll see if she can get on track today.
So Ashley Jackson comes out with 3 wide left, 1 to the right, single back. Drops back to throw, delivers it left. That one is complete. That's enough for a short gain to Donnie Hands. Let's take a look at that Arizona offense. Ashley Jackson in her 3rd SFL season, coming over from Tulsa, is the quarterback. DJ Moses is the running back. Donnie Hands, James Hands, and Roscoe Justice are the wide receivers. And longtime tight end Tiberius Bovine in his first season with Arizona, coming from Oklahoma City. He is your tight end. Ashley Jackson delivers it right over the middle. That was caught in traffic. Nice catch. Again, Donnie Hands down into Queen City territory at the 49.
Donnie Hands leading the team in yards per catch at 13.6 is going to increase that average here. Great pass in between 2 defenders for Ashley Jackson. Ashley looking really sharp in the beginning parts of this game.
So Arizona first down and 10, getting into Queen City territory here on their first drive. Again, Arizona comes in 4-7. They are locked out of the playoffs, I believe. Queen City still fighting for position. Jackson to throw, sitting in the pocket, delivers a good pass. About a 9-yard gain up to the 39. Again, Donnie Hands.
Donnie Hands, another sure-handed catch there for him. That makes him the 62nd catch of the year. And they're moving the ball down the field through the air against the 2nd-ranked pass defense. So let's see what's going on here.
I formation, 2 wide left, 1 to the right. Again to throw, goes left. That one's complete, but I don't think he got his. They're going to say, nope, incomplete. Couldn't get his feet in. And let's take a look at the Queen City defense. Linebacker Avery King in his 8th season in the SFL. Defensive ends are Jeff Duffy and David Tilley. Benjamin Garcia is the defensive tackle. Outside linebacker Ajmu Afolabi. Nene Ferris and Nacho Sicario the cornerback. Stenzo Woods Jr., Albert Begin are the free safeties, and Kappa Jones is the strong safety. Drops back to throw, goes right. That one's complete. That's enough for a first down. Gets away from the first defender, gets all the way down to the 29 or 28-yard line. First down and 10. That is the first catch tonight for Tiberius Bovine.
Tiberius Bovine with his 48th catch of the year. Great little short route there. And just out past the outstretched arms of the defender there, going for the interception instead of playing the player. He gets to upfield and gets a first down.
First down and 10 now at the 28. We're going to send 3 wide, 2 to the right. Single back. Jackson to throw. Under pressure, trying to get out of the way of the rush. He couldn't get there, gets sacked. And that sack is David Tilley from the defensive end.
David Tilley with his 4th. Is sack number 4.5 on the year. Actually tried to get away from the pressure, but at the end, Tilley puts it down and bringing up a 2nd and long after that 10-yard loss.
So they were creeping up on the red zone until that sack. That dropped them all the way back to the 38. 2nd down and 20. Offset I. Jackson to pass. Goes to the right, swings it out of the backfield to DJ Moses. He's only going to get 2. 3rd down and 18. And Arizona's going to try the hurry up here real quick. 3rd and 18 from the 35. Jackson stands in the pocket, delivers it over the middle. That one's picked off. Back across the 20. Cuts to the inside. Nice spin move. Still moving. Gets it out to the 32-yard line. Intercepted by Albert Begin. That is his second in this season.
Great interception there. Ashley with an ill-advised pass there in double coverage, trying to hit Tiberius Bovine there across the middle, and a promising drive stopped short with the turnover. That's Ashley's 30th interception of the year.
Every player has a down year occasionally, and unfortunately for Ashley, it was this inaugural for Arizona. Not what she's used to, 30 interceptions on the season, that's for sure. 2 wide right, 1 to the left. Going to go right this time. That one's complete and is able to drag the toes a little bit. Stephen Hacker on the catch, gain of 4, second 6.
We'll be talking about Hacker later on in this broadcast, but you say he drags their feet down. A nice little sidearm motion there from AJ Caswell to get the ball out to him, bringing up to 2nd and 6.
Shotgun formation, flanked by his backs. AJ Caswell with 2 to his right. Plenty of time, dumps it over the middle. That one's picked off. Back across the 30 and stopped at the 27-yard line. And Arizona will now take over first down and 10. Eddie Gage on the interception.
Eddie Gage with the 62nd career interception there, just stepped right in front, reading the quarterback's eyes. Well, this is what you get from a 12-year vet. Knows this game inside and out. Great play to set up, once again, Arizona in great field position. Let's see if they can cash it in this time.
So this is the point on the field where Arizona took that sack last series that kind of killed that drive and forced that interception. Ashley Jackson in the shotgun, drops back to throw, dumps it over the middle. That one's complete. It's going to be a gain of 9. And again, Donnie Hands, I believe that's Donnie. No, it is not. I'm correct.
That would be Roscoe Justice there with the catch there. And I was talking to the head coach of Arizona. They said their lack of a running game was really instrumental in the amount of picks that Ashley Jackson is throwing. So they're going to try to correct that here in the offseason. And
another nice pitch and catch to Roscoe Justice. Gets the ball up to the 10-yard line, first down and goal for the Scorpions.
I'm sorry there, Rich. Nice safe route there. And like I said, they're trying to get the rushing game going next year, so maybe it'll alleviate some of the pressure on Ashley Jackson. So it comes up first in the goal here at the 10.
2 wide left, offset I behind Ashley Jackson. Hands it off, going to the right, breaks that first tackle, breaks the second tackle, but then gets dropped just inside the 5-yard line. DJ Moses with the carry, gets it down to the 3, second down and goal.
Power running there by DJ Moses there, breaking through that line. Looked like he was going to be stopped for no gain. Ends up picking up 7, making it second and goal from the 3.
2 wide left, 1 to the right. Back in the shotgun, Jackson with Moses to her right. Sits in the pocket, dumps it into the end zone, and it is intercepted off the tip. Albert Begin ended up with the ball after Avery King tipped it up. Did he get his feet down, though?
That's going to be questionable here. Let's see on the replay here. Oh, I don't know about that. That'll be 2 interceptions in 1 quarter for Begin if it's not challenged. I might be throwing the challenge flag if I was the head coach of Arizona right now. But it doesn't look like they are.
Nope, drug those toes. 3-back set behind Caswell. Hands it off to Jet Zero up the middle, breaks a tackle, then he lowers his shoulder and makes the defender pay and gets the Queen City first down.
Puts his shoulder down and just bulldozes over the defenders there to get the first down and to keep the chains moving with that inside handoff. Looks like it was BJ. Was it BJ Loveless? That was just absolutely pulverized by Zero, but putting down the shoulder. First and 10.
I think he was the first one, and then Kanye Rockefeller took it there at the end of the run. Caswell to throw, swings it out to the right, and just pays the price there on too much of a delay. This team met once before this season, and Queen City came out with the win, 20-9. BJ Loveless had a big game for Arizona with 15 tackles, but AJ Caswell 26 for 34 for 255 and 2 touchdowns. Even though he had four interceptions, Queen City was still able to pull that win out.
Queen City has a great defense this year, and Arizona's has been struggling offensively all year, ranked 20th in the league.
Play action. A.J. Caswell misses the mark that time, trying to get the ball out to Chris Curtis. Incomplete, 3rd and 11.
Caswell hurried that throw. I think he had a little bit more time than he thought, but they're going to bring up this 3rd and long for Queen City here. Let's see if Arizona's defense can step up once again and stop them on their side of the field.
2 wide on each side this time for Caswell. Tight end on the right. Drops back to pass, dumps it over the middle into traffic, and it's tipped and incomplete. Dangerous throw there into traffic. But that does force a 4th down, and it will force a punt.
Speaking of Mr. B.J. Lovelace, there he was again on the pass breakup there, bringing up a 4th down in a punting situation, bringing up Ricky Matthews.
So far tonight, we've traded interceptions and traded punts. Standing back at his own 14 or 13-yard line, Ricky Matthews. The kick is away. Comes down and around the 32, spins upfield, gets it up to the 38, and that's where Arizona will start out on offense after the break. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports, and for the fans, we'll be back. Still scoreless here in Buffalo at Conpro Field. Queen City in Arizona here in week 12, closing out the regular season. Ashley Jackson with her team up at 1st down and 10. Dumps it over the middle. That one's tipped and incomplete.
Dangerous throw there for Ashley Jackson. I think she needs to settle down here and do more of her reads better, because that was a dangerous throw across the middle, bring up 2nd and 10.
Visit sector6apparel.com for all league and team apparel, including hoodies, t-shirts, team jerseys, and more. Sector 6, the official apparel provider of the SFL. 2nd down and 10 for the Scorpions. 2 wide left, 1 to the right, 2 backs. Jackson to throw right over the middle. That one's complete, wide open, and that's enough for a 1st down. James Hands joins the party here and gets a 1st down.
James Hands going across the middle there. Great throw there. Read by Ashley Jackson, settling down here a little bit under pressure. Great crossing route there right across the middle. Brings the ball up close to midfield. Moving the chains. 1st and 10.
So ball sitting right at midfield. Hands it off to Moses, going to the right, trying to find a hole to the outside. Spin move gets him free and could not break that last tackle. He's going to gain 9. It'll bring up 2nd down and 1. I think Afolabi was on the tackle there.
Great run there by DJ Moses, and they should have really done that when they were in the red zone on the last drive. Ashley Jackson was forced to throw the ball in really tight coverage there. I think they should run the ball more with DJ Moses this quarter here, see if they can settle Ashley Jackson down.
Got a flag on the play, but that pass is complete down to the 30-yard line. Complete to complete to Tiberius Bovine. Let's see what the flag is. I believe it's going to be an offside.
Neutral zone infraction, number 94.
And it is. It's going to be a offside penalty against Queen City. But I would assume they're going to decline this, which I think they did. So that'll take them up to the 30-yard line, 1st down and 10.
Yep, David Shelley getting a little bit anxious there, trying to anticipate the snap count. would have cost the team 5 yards, but the free play gets Arizona a first down.
1st and 10, ball at the 32, back set behind Jackson. Drops back to throw, steps to the right, hit and sacked. Dropped back close to the 40-yard line. That's the second sack today for Queen City. That, again, David Tilley with his second sack.
And again, it's another big loss of 8, putting them back to the 38-yard line, I believe, almost taking them out of field goal range, if not just making it a long field goal attempt here. She needs to either throw that ball away or just get rid of the ball a little bit quicker, but it's bringing up a 2nd and long here for the Arizona offense.
So that's the second time in a row they've been close to the red zone and gotten sacked back out of it. Gonna swing it out to Moses to the left. He's got some room to run, and he's gonna get the ball out to the 29-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd down and 10.
Back to the original line of scrimmage on this play, on this drive. Coming up on a 3rd and 10. We'll see what Arizona can pull out of their playbook here. Actually needs to be smart here. Not their 3rd interception of the quarter, and try to get them in field goal range.
Still scoreless here in Buffalo. 1:01 left on the clock in the first quarter. Dumps it deep down the middle. Flopping around that ball was not a very good pass. Trying to get it to Tiberius Bovine, but heavy. Lots of black shirts back there.
Lots of black shirts, and that ball came out. I don't know if her arm was hit or if the ball was tipped at the line, but that ball was a duck and almost got intercepted again.
So that'll force a field goal attempt. This will be a 46-yard attempt from Bryant Dynasty. Hold is down, the kick is up on its way, and it is good. So Arizona gets on the board first with 53 seconds left. Arizona 3, Queen City 0.
Able to put points on the board on their 3rd drive. We'll see what happens here. We'll come back.
We will be back. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans. Stick with us. Welcome back to Buffalo, New York. Con Pro Field. Rich Pratchett, Gerald Giuseppe here with you on the call. Mark Lopez handling stats in the truck for us tonight. We appreciate it. That kick is away. Returned out past the 20, out close to the 30, stopped at the 30-yard line. And so Queen City will come out and try and get some points on the board here before the end of the first quarter.
This has been a defensive battle back and forth, as you would expect, with Queen City being the 2nd and Arizona having the 9th ranked defense in points allowed. And in yards per game, they're up in the top 5 as well. So we'll see if Queen City can get the ball moving here on their 3rd possession.
2 wide left, single receiver to the right. Caswell sitting in the pocket, pump fakes, throws it right. Stephen Hacker with the catch and the toe drag. And that's enough for a first down.
Great concentration on the football there by Stephen Hacker. Almost picked off just over the outstretched fingertips, I believe, of either Parker Thomas or Monica Naka. And we see a challenge flag here.
Going to say Stephen Hacker didn't get his feet down. That's what they're going to try and say. I was, usually I'm questionable on some of these calls, but I think he got his feet down on this one, Gerald.
I thought he did too. I think like falling backwards. I think he actually might have got his backside down in there as well. Yeah. But no, that should be an easy call there.
Even ref 62 should get this one right. There you go. See, he got that one right. So.
Well, that's a switch. That's a switch. That's a switch for ref number 62. But that'll cost
That'll cost Arizona a timeout.
Timeout.
So first down and 10 now for Queen City. 3-back set behind Caswell. Hands it off right up the middle. Jet Zero lays down one defender again. Gets the ball up to the 47. He is a hard-running fullback.
He is a hard-running fullback. He's having a trouble this year really getting out his rookie year, the 8th overall pick. He's only averaging 2.9 yards a carry coming into this game. But as you can see, he can just bowl people over on that inside handoff, bring up a second and very short.
So second down and 2, going to go 3 wide, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Quarterback sneak, A.J. Caswell up the middle, and he gets the first down and a little bit more out to the 47-yard line. First down and 10, Queen City. He likes to do that.
Yeah, I've never seen that play from Caswell before. I've heard that he likes to run that quarterback sneak. It was caught the defense off guard, and B.J. Levis with the tackle.
So that will bring us to the end of the first quarter here at Conroe Field, if I can speak. Arizona 3, Queen City 0. Come back for the rest of this one. We'll be back. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans. Back here in Buffalo, Arizona leads this one after 1, 3-0. And Queen City with the ball, first down and 10 in Arizona territory at the 47-yard line. Rich Pratchard and Gerald Giudice here with you on the call. Pump fake from Caswell goes right. That one's complete, and that's enough for a first down, knocked out of bounds at the 35-yard line. James Matthew Jr., the tight end, with the catch.
Eddie Gay Jr. there with the tackle. A great pump fake to hold the linebackers in place. First down, Queen City.
For those of you viewing this for the first time, what are you watching? The Simulation Football League is the first controllerless esport, allowing you, the viewer, to participate in all the action on the field without a controller in your hands. Visit simulation.football for details on how to get started with the team and in the league. That run up the middle is going to gain 4. Second down and 6 for the Corsairs.
Another one of those inside handoffs there to Jet Zero. Nice gain of 4 yards, bring up second and mid-range for the Queen City offense.
Second down and 6, empty backfield. Caswell to throw, goes left on left-hand side, tipped and incomplete. Boy, that one was almost picked off by Tanner Hendricks.
Tanner Hendricks there with a pass deflection, his 12th of the season, leading the team right now in that category, bringing up a 3rd and 6 at the Arizona 31-yard line. Let's see if they can pick up the first down and keep the chains moving.
3rd down and 6 now. Ball at the 31-yard line. Short drop, dumps it quick to the right. That one's complete, and that's enough for a first down. Stephen Hacker on the catch. Ball at the 23.
Great route there by Hackers, just cutting it short there, getting inside the cornerback there and getting a first down and moving the sticks. Great play call there by the Queen City coach.
Three-back set for Caswell. Single receiver to the right. Hands it off to Jet Zero up the middle. Has some good blocking. Gets the ball up to the 18-yard line into the red zone. 2nd down and 5.
Another powerful run there. He had a hard time getting against St. Louis last week. He had 13 carries for only 30 yards. So he's doing a lot better this game against the potent Arizona defense.
The offensive line with Freddie Tubbs at center and Griffin King at tackle. They're doing a good job blocking for Jet Zero tonight. Drops back to throw, throws it over the middle. That one's complete. Inside the 10-yard line, first down and goal. Chris Curtis with the catch.
Chris Curtis with his 90th catch of the year. Beautiful, just threads the needle there in between the defenders. You see Tanner Hendricks trying the tackle, but it's going to bring up 1st and goal for Queen City if they can punch it in and take the lead in this game.
First down and goal now for Queen City. Ball sitting at the 6. Single back, trips bunch to the right. Fakes the handoff, dumps it into the end zone. That one's intercepted. Dangerous throw into traffic, gets picked off. And that will turn the ball around. B.J. Loveless.
Looks like B.J. Loveless gets his first career interception there. Throwing the ball across the middle in the going situation is never a good idea.
All right, so Queen City will take over. After the break, you're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans. So Arizona takes over after that big interception, ball sitting at the 20-yard line. Arizona lead 3-0. Jackson back to throw, goes right. That one's tipped and incomplete. Again, another dangerous throw and a close interception for Nacho Sicario.
Both quarterbacks are not taking care of the football this first half. That should have been another interception. Lucky that ball hits the turf, bringing up a 2nd and 10.
That was, so far we've had 4 interceptions in this game up to this point. First down and 10, or 2nd down and 10, ball at the 20. Jackson dumps it right over the middle. That one's complete. That's enough for a first down to Tiberius Bovine. Ball at the 33-yard line. First down and 10, Scorpions.
Safety blanket for Ashley Jackson. One, Tiberius Bovine. Great route there to run a little slant inside. Brings up a first down. Arizona.
Two wide right, one to the left. Jackson to throw, swings it out to the Moses to the left, lowers his shoulder, spin move, and get a couple more yards than he should have got. Let's take a look at the playoff seeding as it stands after the game so far this week. Atlanta and Vancouver Legion are 1-2. And then you've got Charleston, Baltimore at 3-4. And then the 7-4 teams start. Jacksonville and Queen City right now sitting at 7-4. Queen City trying to move up in the playoff scenario. Jackson to throw, dumps it down the middle. That one's incomplete. Nice defense back there by Albert Begin. Brings up 3rd and 4. Arizona goes to the hurry-up offset I. Hands it off to Moses, going to the right. He's got room to run. He's still going down to the 40 and knocked down at the 38-yard line into Queen City territory. First down and 10, going back to the hurry-up. Again, the offset I.
Arizona thinks they have Queen City in a vulnerable defense here right now. Let's see if they can capitalize.
Gonna go to Moses again, going to the right. This time he gets met behind the line of scrimmage and nowhere to go. Nacho Sicario with the first hit there to hold him up. Loss of 2, 2nd and 12. Jackson to throw, under pressure and sacked. Dropped back at the 47-yard line. That was Jeff Duffy with the sack that time. Still in the hurry up. Jackson with time this time, dumps it over the middle, incomplete. James Hands just couldn't hold on to it, and that will bring up a 4th and 18 and a punt.
James Hands had hands of stone, unfortunately, on that reception effort. I don't know about the hurry up after the first tackle that gained no yards. So, questionable play calling there by Arizona leads to this punt. Hope to pin him deep.
Yeah, got stuck in that formation. Couldn't really do a whole lot more with it. Fair catch called for at the 15, and Queen City will go on offense there. Let's take a look at the bottom of the bracket. Sioux Falls Sparrows there, the other 7-4. And then you got Chicago with a win today, moved up into a playoff spot. St. Louis and Mexico City sitting at 6-6. And then Las Vegas and Denver, the bottom 2 teams at 5-6. The only 2 5-win teams that could make the playoffs at this point are Las Vegas and Denver. AJ Caswell dumps that one over the middle. That's enough for a Queen City first down. James Matthews Jr. with the catch.
Crossing route there, going up the middle of the field there by James Matthews Jr. to get a first down. As you were talking about the playoffs, Denver has a really good look at there. If they can get to 6-6 with their strength of victory, that game is going to be impressive. I think that's the last game of the SFL regular season for season 14.
I think you're correct. Caswell with plenty of time goes right. That one's caught. Dropped just short of the first down marker, but a gain of 9. Jet Zero with a catch. No, I'm sorry. No, James Matthew Jr. with the catch.
James Matthew Jr. with the catch, and it was a great pass by Caswell. Looking at the back coming out of the backfield, actually froze B.J. Lovelace there and threw it over Lovelace to get that 9-yard gain. Great look off there by A.J. Caswell.
Arizona packing the line, hands it off to Zero. Up the middle, gets the first down out to the 37-yard line. First down and 10, Queen City.
Zero moving the chains here. Queen City's offense is looking a little bit shaky in the beginning part of this game. Let's see if they can settle down, get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, and get this ball in the end zone, or at least tie up this game.
Caswell to throw, swings it out to the right. Gets out to the 45-yard line, gain of 9. Second down and 1.
Great one-handed catch there by Zero. The ball thrown a little bit behind him. And there's Mr. Tackling himself, Eddie Gage. Just making a great open field tackle there to prevent the first down. But the gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Yeah, Jet Zero with some pretty good hands there for a fullback, that's for sure. And makes that little spin to get upfield. 3-back set now for Queen City. Caswell with 1 wide right. Tight end on the left side of the formation. Hands off to Zero up the middle. Met at the first down line, but he's able to get the first down. B.J. Lovelace with the initial hit just couldn't hold him short of that line to gain.
Tough running by Jet Zero. Like I said, Freddie Tubbs and Griffin King are opening holes for him and getting them first down running brings up another first down for a move of chains.
Fakes the handoff to Zero, pump fakes once, dumps it back over to Jet Zero, and he is met hard and dropped at the 47-yard line, gain of 5, and that was Travis Dulworth actually with the catch.
Well, Dulworth there taking a huge hit there, a little bit floating up, maybe a little bit winded. The 5-yard gain brings up 2nd and 5, and Queen City's marching.
So 2nd down and 5, ball at the 47 in Arizona territory. Caswell swings it out to the left and nowhere to go for Dulworth this time. Met at the line of scrimmage by B.J. Lovelace. No gain, 3rd and 5.
B.J. Lovelace with a great open field tackle right there. Trying to get the ball to Dulworth on the outside. Didn't quite work, bringing up a 3rd and 5. We need to get this first down to at least get in field goal range.
Back in the shotgun, flanked by his backs. Caswell to throw, tries to get out of trouble, sidearm throw, and that one is caught. Nice catch out there by Chris Curtis, and they're saying he got his feet in, and that is enough for a first down.
Wow, what a throw by A.J. Caswell. Running into his blockers. We'll see, yep. Looks like he got the left foot down. Great pressure throw there by Caswell. Great catch by Curtis. And you're putting the ball only where Chris Curtis can get it. Bringing up a first down. They are in field goal range right now.
I think that one was closer to being out of bounds than Stephen Hacker's was earlier. Caswell to throw, swings it out to the right. Upfield, breaks the tackle, steps out of bounds. That's Jet Zero with a catch. Gain of 8, 2nd and 2.
Jet Zero there slipping away from the tackle. They're getting 8 yards. And, well, let's give number 62 some credit here. He's 1 for 1. Let's just let him have his perfect game right now. And don't try to bring up too much of him. But we got a 2nd and 2 here for Queen City.
3-back set behind Caswell. 1 to the right. Hands it off to Jet Zero, trying to get that first down, and he does get it. Fights through the congested front line and gets enough for a first down. Dennis Green with the tackle.
Again, Freddie Tubbs and Griffin King just blowing a hole open for him. They're not going for 10, 15-yard gains, but they're getting 3 and 4 yards. They're getting those short first downs when they need it.
Empty backfield now up under center. Caswell with a short drop, hit and dropped. And they're going to say that one was incomplete. He got rid of the ball. 2nd down and 10. Hit made by Mark Mello.
Mark Mello there trying to get his 9th sack of the year. But as you said, Caswell's arm was going forward. Ball falls harmlessly to the ground, incomplete, bringing up a 2nd and 10 at the 25.
He's going to go single back this time. Got 3 receivers to the left. Short drop for Caswell, dumps it to the right, spin move, gets free, into the end zone, touchdown Queen City. Stephen Hacker with a heck of a run after catch.
Great spin move there by Hacker. Gets his team leading 14th touchdown of the season. Great play there. Little short crossing route there. Spins away from the tackle there of Kanye Rockefeller and then just sprints to the end zone. Hacker puts it in the paint for 6.
So Stephen Hacker, a nice throw from Caswell, but Stephen Hacker did some work after that to get into the end zone and give Queen City the lead for the first time tonight. Break that 0 off of the board. And let's check out the extra point here. Hold is down, the kick is up and it's good. 2:07 left in the half. And Queen City takes the lead 7-3.
Great drive there by Queen City there. A 12-play, 85-yard drive, resulting in that 25-yard touchdown. The Hacker, like I said, his 14th touchdown of the season.
And the kick is away, comes down in the end zone. Comes back across the 20 to the 21-yard line. And Arizona will go back on offense, 1st down and 10, trying to take the lead back before the end of the half. Remember, they get the ball back after halftime.
Yeah, if they can put points up here, even if it's a field goal, and get the ball back again, hey, drive field goal gets them the lead. So we'll see how Arizona comes out here in this 2-minute drill.
Jackson to throw. That one's tipped and incomplete. Knocked down by B.J. Lovelace. That will take us to the 2-minute warning here, folks. Queen City 7, Arizona 3. We'll be back. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans. Back here in Buffalo for the last 2 minutes of the first half. Queen City up 7-3. Arizona back on offense. 2nd down and 10. Offset I. Hands the ball off, going left. DJ Moses with room, spins to the inside. He's going to gain 4, brings up 3rd down and 6. Just saw Stephen Hacker score a touchdown on that last drive. He is the league leader in receiving yards coming into this game. 1,511 receiving yards on the season for Stephen Hacker. Great season so far in Queen City. Jackson, a throw, dumps it right over the middle. That one's complete, and that's enough for a 1st down. Catch made by Roscoe Justice.
As can get back to Hacker. Hacker only has 1,511 yards, but only has 4 games of 100 plus. But in those 4 games, he has a 222, a 250, and his high for the year, 368 against Chicago. So Hacker's been busting the defenses all year long.
Hands that one off to Moses, breaks the first tackle, but then Queen City's able to clean that one up after a 1-yard gain, 2nd down and 9. And 368 yards, Gerald. That's crazy. Dumps that one over the middle. That one's complete. And that's Donnie Hands with the catch. Nice throw by A.J. Caswell. Or sorry, Jackson.
They should be using their timeouts right here. I'm not sure. Oh, look out.
And that one's picked off. Coming back and stopped at the 43-yard line. And Queen City will go back on offense. And that's the 5th interception of the day so far total.
And that is the hat trick for Albert. Again, it was his week 9 signing, coming up big for Queen City in this game with 3 interceptions in the first half. Ashley Jackson, again, not taking care of the football. Could have put a little bit more air under that. That could have been a big play. But again, just steps right in front of the receiver for a 1st down.
2 to the right, 1 to the left, single back. Caswell dumps it quick over the middle. That's enough for a 1st down, or close to the 1st down. They're going to say he didn't get it. 2nd down and inches. Luther Gond with the catch. And Queen City will take their 1st timeout.
Luther Gond there, the week 6 pickup for Queen City. Coming up big here, bringing up a 2nd and inches. Coming up here, the whole playbook's open right now. They have 2 timeouts. You have Jet Zero in the backfield. You have the whole playbook right now at your disposal.
3-back set. Hands it off to Jet Zero, gets the 1st down. Gets the ball out to the 30. In Arizona territory, takes another timeout, and they are in field goal range.
I'd like to see maybe a quick out to maybe Curtis or Hacker or even to James Matthews. Get out of bounds, get them closer, and maybe have a shot at the end zone so they don't have to burn their last time out.
Yeah, I see a shot at the end zone here. That's what I'm seeing with 21 seconds left. 2 wide right, 1 to the left. Caswell back, has time, dumps it right over the middle, kind of his outlet to Dulworth. He's going to get nowhere, and that will bring up their last timeout. And I am going to bet that we see the field goal unit come in.
Yeah, I
We'll
think
see.
we're going to see Peanuts Troll come in here to try to extend the lead to 7 points. I think Arizona dropped back in almost a dime situation right there and really took all of the big play weapons off of Queen City, so he just was forced to dump it across the middle. Safe get in the middle of the field for a field goal attempt here by Peanuts Troll.
44-yard attempt from Troll on the right hash. The kick is away. It's on its way, and it is good. So Queen City extends their lead to 7 with 11 seconds left in the first half.
That's James Peanut Troll's 30th field goal, averaging over 90% for the year.
So we've still got a few seconds left in this first half. Stick around. We'll be back. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans. "11 seconds left here in this first half. Queen City puts a field goal on the board to extend their lead to 7. Queen City 10, Arizona 3. Kick this one away. It'll come down deep in the end zone and just be downed there. And Ashley Jackson and her crew will have 80 yards and 2 timeouts to go. 10 seconds of time to work with.
I think if you're Arizona, you just run the football and try not to make another mistake here, and just be happy with being content being down only 7.
I agree. They get the I agree. They get the ball back, but she's going to throw it down the left-hand side. That one's caught. Gets out of bounds. Stops the clock with 6 seconds left. James Hands with the catch.
Great catch there by, I think that might have been Donnie Hands at number 11 with the out route going, and gets his foot down. I'm surprised that they're throwing the football, but hey, they still have 2 timeouts, 6 seconds left. They can still use the middle of the field for some quick slants, some quick out routes. You never know, they could get in field goal range here. Ashley's got to protect the football though.
Yeah, they're in Hail Mary range at this point. Ball sitting at the 40. Ashley Jackson can sling the ball deep, so let's see what she does here. Drops back, steps up, has traffic pressure, and she is going to be dropped for a sack. And Arizona will take their last timeout.
I'm not sure why they would do that. That's Tilly's, I believe, his second sack of the first half, bringing up his season total to 5.5. But 2nd and 18, you have 68 yards to go, 2 seconds. You're just hoping for just a miracle play at this point. Let's see if she has the arm to throw at 68 yards. I think she does, so we'll see if she can get it there.
Up under center. Single back set, 2 seconds, 1 second. Hands it off, going to the right, and that's as far as Moses will go, but that'll bring us to the end of the first half here in Buffalo. Queen City 10, Arizona 3. Real close defensive battle here so far today, Gerald.
And you would expect that with both of these teams. You got Queen City coming in as the second ranked defense in yards allowed per game at 325.1, and Arizona coming in 4th. So you see the stats right there. 4 sacks there by Queen City. That and the interceptions by Arizona have really cost Arizona some points here in the first half. And said 4 sacks to none, and then you have 3 interceptions by Ashley Jackson, all to Albert Begin. They're lucky they're only down 7 at this point, I believe.
Yeah, you're right. All the rest of the stats are very, very close. Passing yards, rushing yards, time of possession, all of that's relatively close until you look at the sacks and then the interceptions in key times. Unfortunately, that's what's telling the tale right now. Although it's only a one-score game, it's we're down. Arizona's down 10-7, or 10-7.
And we'll just see what happens. You're like, these red zone interceptions can be killer. They're down. Arizona's down 7, as you said.
Yeah.
I just think that they need to really run the ball more with DJ Moses. Like I said, that's the key to Ashley Jackson not having these interceptions. Right now, she's thrown 8 interceptions in her last 2 games without a touchdown. That's why I was surprised to see them not run the ball more. That second and goal there, as you see Hacker going in the end zone there for the only touchdown of the first half. But both of these defenses have been playing well.
Yeah, I agree. I think if they would have, on that first series, when they were down in the red zone and she threw that interception in the end zone, I think if they would have ran the ball with Moses, I think it would have been a different story at this point. I think they would have got in the end zone instead of trying to throw the ball. Moses was doing a great job, actually, of running the ball and getting free.
Yeah, Moses has over 1,000 yards for the season and 9 touchdowns. With Ashley having the struggles that they've had this year throwing the football and the lack of the running game, that they had to open up passing lanes, that would have been the perfect chance to get DJ Moses the ball. But hey, they get the ball back coming up here in the third quarter. Hey, like I said, a touchdown ties it.
So we are ready to go here with the second half. And like I said, the Scorpions will receive the kickoff to open the second half. So they'll get another chance at it, trying to tie this thing up. Ashley Jackson so far on the day is 16 of 26 for 158 yards. No touchdowns, does have those 3 key interceptions. Nice return spin move. Gets up past the 20 to the 23-yard line, and that's where the Scorpions will start out first down and 10. I want to thank everybody out there in 11 Sports and for the fans land for joining us, all you guys in the chat. I appreciate it. S Hacker 3, Eddie Gage, Mr. Andrews, Nacho QCCVP, I'm an effing problem. -, Tom Rahman, everybody in the chat, we appreciate you guys being here. First down, the run from Moses gains 8.
Big run there for Moses. They should be doing this more here. Catching them off guard. Good stiff arm there. Then a combined tackle there. So a second down, and 2. Bring up a short gain right there. Avery King, and Alba begin with the tackle.
Trips to the left, single receiver to the right. Hands the ball off right up the middle, but nowhere to go. DJ Moses is dropped in the backfield. That time, Jeff Duffy gets back there and makes the tackle.
Jeff Duffy there leading the league in sacks with 23 and tackles for loss with 28. Just got number 29 right there, bringing up a 3rd and 5.
Drops back to throw, dumps it over the middle. That one's complete. It's the ball out past the 40 to the 45. Caught by James Hands. 1st and 10, Scorpions.
I would begin there with the tackle. Hands as sure as houses right now. Beautiful catch right there. Looking the ball into his hands, as you can see right there in the great camera replay there. Begin with the tackle, move the chains, and it's 1st down and 10 for the Scorpions.
So ball just short of midfield at the 45. Just starting the third quarter. Rich Pratchett, Gerald Giudice with you. And he is going to be sacked. Ashley Jackson, she is knocked down and brought down again. This time at the 41-yard line. And this time again by David Tilley.
I think that's a hat trick there for David Tilley. His 3rd sack of the game. Just coming around the outside. Ashley Jackson had no chance. Luckily held on to the football. But Brings up a 2nd and 14.
All right, according to our statistician, Mark Lopez, that's David Tilley's 4th sack on the day.
Well, he's had so many I lost track.
That's right, yes. Oh, intercepted. That one picked off close to the 40-yard line, and that was Nene Ferris on the pick.
Nene Ferris says, if you're going to throw the interceptions, I want one. And just went up. The ball was horribly underthrown there. Looking for Tiberius Bovine, and that's actually Jackson's 4th. So we talked about at the half, sacks and interceptions being a key to this game. You just saw one on back-to-back plays there by Queen City's defense, giving the ball back in A.J. Caswell's hands.
2 wide left, 1 to the right in the shotgun. Caswell with great field position to start this drive. Goes left, that one's complete. And gets his feet down is Chris Curtis. Gain of 5, 2nd and 5.
Great safe out right there. Curtis with the 2nd and 5-yard catch. As you said, Arizona's defense has got to be tired right now, having been on the field quite a bit this game, but they're holding up and playing well. They're playing tough.
2-back set behind Caswell. Short drop, dumps it over the middle. That one's complete. Enough for a 1st down, gets the ball out to the 44-yard line. James Matthew Jr. with the catch.
James Matthews Jr. there with just a quick seam route up the middle. Caswell gets the ball on time, on the money. Chain gang moves, 1st and 10.
So 1st down and 10 now in a shotgun. 2 backs on, 1 on each side. Gonna take the ball himself. Caswell slides to a stop at the 38-yard line. Gain of 7. 2nd down and 3.
Luckily, Parker Thomas didn't get called there for a late hit after A.J. Caswell slid to give himself up.
Yeah, I had that same thought. That was awful late.
it was. So Caswell gets up though and shows us how tough he is, bringing up a 2nd and 3.
Hands it off to Jet Zero up the middle. And just short of the 1st down. 3rd down in inches.
Well, they caught Arizona's defense snapping again with that quarterback draw. So Arizona coming up here, they need to have a big stop here. 3rd and inches. I think you're going to see good old Jet Zero put his shoulder down and get the 1st down for this team. Let's see if that happens. Defensive shifts.
Gonna give the ball to Zero again, gets the 1st down and a little bit more, laying the wood to people. Gets the ball out to the 26-yard line, 1st down and 10. And I just got to say, D. Horrell, 56 in the chat. I got that reference, just so you know.
D. Horrell, I did not get that reference, but it was a great, like I said, Freddie Tubbs and Griffin King should be getting watches from Jet Zero here. They're just opening up holes for him to run through. As you can see, he's averaging 4.6 yards a carry, which is better than his season average, so he's running the ball well this game.
Back in the shotgun, empty backfield, dumps it over the middle. That one's tipped and incomplete. Man, almost picked off the deflection.
They're having a good series of Manakanaka there, almost coming up with his 11th pick of the season. The ball, luckily for A.J. Caswell and Queen City, falls harmlessly to the ground, bringing up a 2nd and 10.
We go single back this time for Caswell. 2 wide right, 1 to the left. Short drop, gonna go right. That one's tipped and incomplete, trying to get it to Hacker. But unfortunately, he could not get it past Parker Thomas.
Parker Thomas read that play beautifully. Read the quarterback's eyes the whole time. Timed his jump perfectly to swat that ball away. Bring up a 3rd and 10. Caswell needs to be protective of the football here. They are in field goal range, so 3 points will make it a 2-score game, so we got to be safe with the football.
4 wide, 2 on each side. 3rd down and 10. Dumps it over the middle into traffic, and that one's caught. Nice concentration and catch by Stephen Hacker. Gets the ball down to the 12-yard line, 1st down and 10.
If you need a big play, who do you go to? You go to your big play man. Stephen Hacker Unbelievable, just threading the needle there. AJ Caswell, as you said, great concentration on that football to bring up a first down inside the 15. Great throw, great catch.
First down and 10, ball sitting at the 12. Caswell changes the play, goes left, that one's caught, and just could not turn upfield. Chris Curtis with the catch, but couldn't get his momentum going in the right direction.
Ball thrown a little bit behind him, but he good catch out by Curtis to bring the ball in, bringing up a 2nd and 7 at the 9. I would love to see a play here, go to Hacker in the corner there. I think they can have him open, use his height to his advantage.
3-back set, one receiver to the left. Hands it off to Jet Zero, trying to find some room in the middle. Nowhere to go, though. Nice tackle by Mana Kanaka. No gain, 3rd and 7.
Mana Kanaka coming up there with a big stop, laying the lumber, bringing up a 3rd and 7. We'll see who they're going to go to. Queen City has a ton of weapons they can go to right here. It looks like they're going 5 wide.
Empty backfield. Caswell with a short drop, dumps it over the middle. That one's caught. Oh, just short. Nope, incomplete. Couldn't hold on to it. Luther Gond had it for a minute. But in comes James Troll for the field goal attempt.
Luther Gond there had a chance. And just flat, I don't know if it was dropped or if it was a Kanye Rockefeller just swatted the ball out of his hands.
Oh,
no, it was Parker Thomas that swatted the ball out of his hands. Great defensive play there by the 2nd-year player, bringing up a field goal attempt here by Peanuts Troll.
So this will be a 25-yard attempt. Dead center, middle of the field. High snap, but he gets it down. The kick is up and away, and it's good. So Queen City extends their lead to 10. Queen City 13, Arizona 3. We'll be back. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans. .5:29 left in the 3rd quarter. Rich Pratchard and Gerald Giudice here with you on the call. Mark Lopez taking care of stats tonight for us. Queen City with a 13-3 lead. Return comes out to the 20-yard line. And let's take a look at Tiberius Bovine, the tight end for Arizona. Came over from Oklahoma City, which was where he spent the rest of his career, I believe. He is 2nd all-time in receiving yards behind DR Sim with 10,899 coming into the game, Gerald.
Yes, unbelievable career here for Tiberius Bovine. As you said, 101 yards away from the magic number of 11,000, with DR Sim being number 1 at over 12,500 coming into this week. But there you see DJ Moses there with a 9-yard gain.
Yeah, Moses comes out, gets the first carry on first down here. Gets that 9-yard gain. And so far tonight, Bovine has 34 yards, so he's broken that 10,900 yard. He's getting closer to 11,000. Hands the ball off to Moses again, has room to work, spins toward the inside, gets the ball out to the 40-yard line, first down and 10, Arizona.
It looks like they're having a lot of success running to the outside now on this Queen City defense. There's nobody there. I think he did his spin move just a little bit too early. I think if he could have bounced on the outside, he could have gained more yards. But that's why I'm up here in the booth. We're going to bring up another first down.
He got some nice seal blocks on the outside of that run, so that's what sprung him, and that's what he's been continuing to get on these outside runs. Going to give it to him again right up the middle, but nowhere to go that time. wide open tackle there. And nowhere to go. Let's take a look again at the playoff picture. Atlanta is locked in at that number 1 seed. Vancouver sitting at 8-3. And with a win, they would lock up the number 2 seed. And then the rest of it gets a little murky. 8-4 are Charleston and Baltimore. Jacksonville and Queen City sitting at 7-4. Coming into playoffs starting next week, and that pass is complete. That's enough for a first down for Tiberius Bovine.
Speaking of Tiberius Bovine right there, he is to come up with the first down catch. You said, and like you said, the playoffs are murky, but it's a heck of a lot clearer than they were 2 weeks ago. We had like what 6 teams or
Oh yeah,
it was
last week.
It
Even
was
the beginning of this, the beginning of this week, before we had games played, nobody knew what was going on. Drops back the throw, throws right, that was complete, and that's enough for a 5-yard gain. And there's the bottom of the playoff bracket or playoff race. The bottom 6 teams, Sioux Falls and Chicago, both have a playoff spot locked up. But then you get to the rest of them. St. Louis, Mexico City, Las Vegas, and Denver, all still fighting for a spot. Las Vegas and Denver yet to play.
And Denver, with that strength of victory, looks absolutely amazing. If they win, they're going to be a hard team to beat if they get in the playoffs.
So there's another throw to Tiberius Bovine, and that's enough for a first down. Gets him out to the 32-yard line. First down and 10. So we've got one more game yet tonight, Atlanta and Las Vegas. So even if Las Vegas comes up with a win, that does not affect Atlanta's number 1 seed. They'll still stay there at the number 1 spot, but it would definitely help Las Vegas out trying to get into the bottom of that playoff bracket. And then tomorrow at 7:30 and 9:30, you have Vancouver at Sioux Falls and Denver at Jacksonville. That run goes nowhere. No gain, second down and 10.
Benjamin Garcia there at the tackle. And how would you like to have that coming up? You have to win to give yourself a chance to get in the playoffs, and you're playing the 10-1 Atlanta Swarm.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, schedule makers.
Yeah, that's right. 2 to the right, 1 to the left here on second down and 10. Jackson with a single back. Deep drop, throws it over the middle. That was caught, and that's enough for a first down. Just barely got the first down. That'll bring the ball up to the 21-yard line. And once again, Tiberius Bovine with a big catch in traffic.
Asher must have heard us talking about Tiberius Bovine trying to get him to that 11,000-yard mark. 3 straight receptions there for Tiberius Bovine, and there you're on the move.
First and 10 at the 21. Dumps it over the middle. That one is caught by James Hands. And a gain of 7, second and 3.
Smart, short little passes there. Only putting the ball where the receiver can get it. But this is where Ashley really needs to be careful with the football here. I would say give it to DJ Moses right now just to be safe.
Offset I. She's going to throw it. Dumps it over the middle. That one's caught and inside the 5-yard line. Enough for a first down. James Hands with another catch.
Again, that's why I'm up here in the booth and not on the field. But great throw only to where Hands can get it. Brings up a first and goal at the 3. Let's see if they can punch it in here to take it to a 3-point game.
Offset I again. Again to throw. Jackson under pressure, dumps it in the end zone. Flag is down, though. There is a flag trying to get it to Bovine again. But let's see what this flag is.
Holding, number 31.
Holding on the defense.
Wow. Not just Sicario there with a big penalty, bringing up first down. I think it's going to put the ball at the 1-yard line.
And it looks like that's going to put the ball at the 1.
And give him a fresh set of downs.
Yep.
If I was Arizona, you don't throw this football. You need to put it on. You need to keep it on the ground here. You can't afford another red zone turnover.
DJ Moses or Laura Horrell. Gives it to Moses right up the middle. He dives forward and into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
Big drive there from Arizona, and taking the ball in the end zone. DJ Moses with his 7th touchdown of the season, 10th of his career, and this extra point can bring it within 3 points in a game where Arizona has basically shot themselves in the foot.
Well, I tell you what, a big block from the fullback, Laura Horrell. Sprung that touchdown, I'll tell you that. Extra point is up and good, so Arizona cuts the lead to 3. 36 seconds left in the third quarter. Queen City 13, Arizona 10. We'll be back. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans. Back here in Buffalo, Arizona cuts the lead to 13-10. Heck of a game going on here, folks. Don't go anywhere. Make sure you stick around. Send a message to your friends, send a tweet to your friends, get them out here watching this. About the only live sporting event going on right now. That return comes out to the 30-yard line, first down and 10 for Queen City. For those of you out there watching us on 11 Sports on TV, trying to figure out what this is the Simulation Football League. Make sure you get out there and check us out. We are the only controllerless esport around. So go out to simulationfl.net or simulation.football. Check us out. You can tweet us at simulationfl. Send us a Facebook message, Instagram, whatever you want to do. Get it out to us. Let us know you're watching. Let us know you're enjoying the Simulation Football League. That pass is complete, but dropped for a loss as Dulworth brings up second down and 12.
Battle of the 42s right there, and Parker Thomas wins this battle. Beautiful open field tackle there as they try to do the swing route to the outside, bringing up second and 12.
Second and 12. Ball at the 28-yard line.
Second down and 12 now. Single back, trips to the right for Caswell. Gonna go right with that one. That one's complete. Gonna get it up to the 34-yard line. Brings up third down and 6. James Matthew Jr. with the catch.
James Matthew with another good catch there, bringing up a third down situation at the end of the third.
And that brings us to the end of the third quarter, folks. A heck of a game going on. Don't leave us. Queen City 13, Arizona 10. Get your fours up in the chat. We'll be back. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans. Back here in Buffalo, Queen City 13, Arizona 10 here to start the fourth quarter. Rich Pratchard and Gerald Giudice with you on the call. Mark Lopez handling stats. 4 wide here on 3rd down and 6, trying to convert this 3rd down. Caswell to throw, dumps it over the middle. That was complete, and that is a first down for Queen City. Queen City is number 7 in the league in 3rd down conversions with 52%. And they just got that one up to the 42.
Arizona's struggling in that area of their defense, allowing 53% of the 3rd down conversions, 16th in the league. So, big advantage there for Queen City.
First down and 10 at the 42. 3-back set, hands it off to Jet Zero up the middle, and he's going to get stopped after a 2-yard gain. Defensive yards per game for the Arizona Scorpions. Going back to when they were the Oklahoma City Renegades back in season 11, they were 18th, season 12, 21st, season 13, 19th. You can't do a whole lot with yards per game for defense that way, but then here in season 14, they are 4th in the league in defensive yards per game average.
They're at 354.8. And that just shows you, as you see, a great play there by the ageless one, Eddie Gage. As you see Eddie Gage right here. Look at those career stats. Both players in this game over 1,000 tackles. Avery King just getting his the last game, and then as you see, Eddie Gage are 1,155 tackles for his career. It's an amazing player.
They're the only 2 players in league history. That one's caught down to the 40-yard line, 39-yard line. First down and 10. Stephen Hacker with a nice catch. The only 2 players in league history with over 1,000 tackles, I believe, if that's correct, Gerald.
That is correct, and that's an amazing career for both players. Avery King, who's just been the leading tackler for Queen City, and then just Eddie Gage just bringing up just seems like big tackles every time he survives the football.
3-back set going to Jet Zero again up the middle, and going to gain 6, brings up 2nd down and 6. Follow the SFL on social media on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and more, all at Simulation FL. Make sure to catch more content like The Kramer Show, game highlights, and more by subscribing to our YouTube channel so you don't miss a moment of the action when we're not on television. And like I said, if you're out there watching this game, you're not in the chat right now, make sure you send us a tweet. Send us a Facebook message. Just let us know you're listening. Let us know you're enjoying it. Everything's at Simulation FL. That pass is complete but dropped for a loss. Back to the 37, 3rd down and 9.
Zero's like looking like, what just hit me? He's like trying to shake the birdies out of the top of his helmet there. But that was BJ Lovelace that just railed you there, Jet. Bringing up a 3rd and long.
2 receivers to the right, single receiver to the left, back to throw. Caswell dumps it over the middle. That one's complete. That's enough for a first down. Gets the ball down inside the 32, down to the 24-yard line. First down and 10, Queen City.
Jones Branch there. Not a name you hear too often, but comes up huge right there in that 3rd down and long situation to move the sticks and to keep Queen City's drive alive.
First down and 10 now at the 24. 8:12 left in this one, folks. 4 wide. Caswell to throw, steps out of the way of the rush, and that one's incomplete. In and out of the hands of Travis Dulworth.
Dulworth there just not concentrating there. I think he was too worried about the sidelines and putting his hands around the football. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 for Queen City, who really looks like they want to really punch this in to take it back to a 2-score game.
Single receiver to the right, 3-back set. Hands it off to Jet Zero. He's going to get a couple. Gets the ball up to the 21, 3rd down and 7. They're in field goal range, but they'd like to put 7 more on the board.
I believe you are right with that, Rich. I mean, it was a nice try to get the defense off guard there. I probably could have seen another AJ Caswell sneak there, probably got more yards, but we'll see what they're going to do here on this 3rd and 7.
Trips to the left. Caswell to throw down the left-hand side, picked off. Trying to go into the end zone to Stephen Hacker, but threw it right at Tanner Hendricks, and he comes up with an interception.
Tanner Hendricks comes up huge here for Arizona, prevents Queen City from putting any points on the board. Well, now a field goal will tie it. So Ashley Jackson coming off the last drive where they put it in the end zone, where she was 6 for 6 for 56 yards on that drive. Let's see if she can continue her hot streak and get them in field goal range.
So Arizona pinned back in their own territory at the 7, hands it off to DJ Moses with a nice cut. He gets free of being dropped for a loss, but then he is dropped after a short gain by Ajmu Afolabi.
Afolabi there with a humongous tackle. If he could have busted the outside of Afolabi, she could still be winning right now. So great tackle there by number 51, Afolabi, bringing up a 2nd and 8.
Jackson to throw over the middle. That one's picked off. They trade interceptions here, and Queen City is back in business in the red zone. That interception was Nene Ferris.
That's his 2nd of the ball game, I do believe. And actually that was just a poor throw. It just led her receiver just a little bit too much there. And Nene Ferris with the easy pick there. Now it's going to bring up another big defensive stand for Arizona. Can their defense do it once again?
So as I'm looking at the stats here, I want to say that is 6. Well, that's 8 interceptions on the day. That one to Stephen Hacker is complete out to the 12-yard line. 2nd down and 3 now after that 7-yard gain. That's 8 interceptions on the day so far.
That's just, and hence why the score is only the score what it is. I mean, both defenses are opportunistic defenses, and when you're having that many interceptions thrown, you're going to play the game between the 20s. So
hands the ball off right up the middle. Jet Zero, he's free, gets down close to the goal line, dropped just short of the goal line, brings up 1st down and goal.
I think Arizona's defense has got to be spent. As you see again, Griffin King and Freddie Tubbs Jr. just opening up holes for Jet Zero. 1st and goal right now. If they can make this a 2-score game, and the way their defense is playing right now, I think it's going to be lights out.
Oh, do we see a sneak from Caswell? Empty backfield. Drops back to throw. Under pressure. Hit. And incomplete. He got the ball away, but B.J. Lovelace brought him down.
B.J. Lovelace said, "I have no love for you." Going down there, just hitting him right in the middle of the sternum. Luckily, he got the ball away for an incomplete pass, bringing up 2nd and goal.
2nd down and goal. Ball sitting at the 2-yard line. Queen City trying to tack on another 7 to extend this lead. 3 backs. Gives it right up the middle to Zero, and he is going nowhere. He is dropped for no gain by B.J. Lovelace. 3rd down and goal.
B.J. Lovelace again with the big hit there. Leading tackler on this Arizona ball club. Let's see if they can hold them to a field goal here. It'd be a great defensive stand for them once again.
So 3rd down and goal. Arizona's packing everybody in the middle. Hands it off to Jet Zero. Nowhere to go once again. And again, making the stop is B.J. Lovelace.
Did you see there's 4 tackles for a loss, 12 tackles overall for B.J. Lovelace, taking his tackles for loss up to double digits with 10. I'll tell you what, Arizona's defense has come up big tonight, holding them to another field goal attempt here, and it's still a 1-score game.
So 14-yard attempt from Troll is up and good. So that extends the lead to 6. Queen City 16, Arizona 10. We'll be back. Don't go away. Should be a great ending. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans. (16-10) here in Buffalo, fourth quarter. 4:54 left in this one, folks. Heck of a defensive battle here.
Amazing defensive battle here, Rich. I mean, can you imagine the defenses that are playing so well right now?
This is tough. This is tough sledding for both of these offenses. That return comes out to the 22, first down and 10 now for Arizona. You come in, these offenses aren't breaking records by any means in the first place. However, Queen City's number 2 in the league in passing yards per game. They're only number 7 in turnovers total in the league. And they come in and meet this Arizona defense that's firing on all cylinders tonight. That pass is complete, and that's enough for a first down. Again, Tiberius Bovine with the catch.
Tiberius having a good game. And like you said, Arizona's defense, they are second in the league in takeaways with 32, but unfortunately for them, they're having a horrible time offensively turning the football over, especially with Ashley Jackson throwing 30-plus interceptions on the season. They could be in the playoff hunt with that kind of defensive turnaround.
Jackson to throw, steps up in the pocket, delivers it over the middle, and another interception. That one returned out across the 30, dropped down at the 24-yard line, and that is the 6th interception thrown tonight by Ashley Jackson.
This one by Kappa Jones, getting his team-leading 7th interception, his 21st of his career. And it just seems like all of these interceptions on balls that are thrown short and bring up another humongous defensive stop. Even though a field goal takes you to a 2-score game, Arizona's defense needs a turnover, and they need it quick.
They're moving into a running offense, heads it up to Jet Zero. He is going to get 6, second down and 4. When we talk about turnovers here, Gerald, the Queen City Corsairs on the season have only taken away
I think it was 16?
16, yeah, 16 takeaways. I was looking at the wrong stat. 16 takeaways for Queen City so far in the season coming into this game. They have 6 tonight.
That'll help their turnover differential here as you see them just winding down the clock here.
Hands off to Jet Zero again, gets the ball up to the 17, third down and 3. And you're right, they're going to eat up as much of this clock as they can. Queen City had a -8 turnover differential coming into this game. This is going to help them. It's not going to get them into the positive by any means, but it'll get it a little bit nicer looking turnover differential after this game.
Yeah, that'll have a nice thing to build on for the next season, especially going into the playoffs.
Hands that ball off, and that one is a first down, but not before a big hit from Joey Tropicana.
Joey Tropicana, how you doing to Jet Zero? But unfortunately for Arizona, the sticks move, and so does the clock.
Clock sits at 2:35 right now, 3-back set. Caswell sucking some time off of this play clock. Hands it off to Jet Zero again, up the middle, and he's going to get it down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line, second down and 5. And I'll tell you what, if Jet Zero keeps getting, more than 4 yards per run, Just keep handing him the ball.
That ball should not. The only way that ball should leave AJ Caswell's hands is putting it in the gut of Jet Zero.
Staying in that same formation, but that will bring us to the 2-minute warning. Queen City 16, Arizona 10. Stick around for the conclusion of this one, folks. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans. In this one, Queen City in control with 16-10 here, and they've got the ball inside the 10-yard line. 3-back set. Again, Jet Zero right up the middle, and he's going to get stopped short of the first down, and Arizona will take their first timeout.
They got to save as much time as they can. That defensive line for Arizona of Sachs, Mello, Green, Constantine, they have got to be sucking air.
All right, so here's our passing leaders on the season. AJ Caswell sits in second with 3,439 yards. He's got 222 so far today. So that does get him a little closer to Christian Christensen, but not enough to take over that number one spot, but he is close. Hands that ball to Jet Zero, and that's going to be dropped for a drop short of the first down line, 4th down and 1. And we'll probably see Troll back out here for another field goal attempt.
Yep, I think this is well, of course, it's the smartest thing to do. 4th and 1, put it up to 2 scores with less than 2 minutes left to go in the ball game. Whoa!
Oh, they're going to go for it. Going to suck some time off of the clock. Oh no, the clock's not running. Arizona took a timeout, so let's see what they do. Maybe trying to get him to jump. That old SFL hard count here. And that's what we get. We get a timeout from Queen City. And now we will see James Troll and the field goal unit come out here on the field.
It's a great try to get them to jump. Can you imagine him having the ball like that and then having AJ Caswell do a quarterback sneak? That could have been that could have caught Arizona off guard.
Yeah.
But let's just take the hopefully the short 3, if all the snap and everything, the hold, all goes according to plan. It puts them up 2 scores, about 53 left and 1 timeout. Arizona's going to be up against it to get back in this game.
This will be a 21-yard attempt from Troll. Hold is down, the kick is up, and it's good. Queen City extends the lead. It is now 19-10 with 1:50 left in this one. Arizona's going to have to get 2 scores. 7-play drive, 19 yards is all it took for Queen City to score that field goal.
Yep,
Kick is away. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think that last field goal there by Mr. Troll put him breaking the record for most field goal attempts and field goals made in the season. He is 4 for 4 today, which puts him at 33 for the year for 36. So congratulations to Mr. Troll, Peanuts as they call him, making his auspicious debut on his first kick. But congratulations, setting an all-time record.
So he sets an all-time record in his rookie season. And say something else about that. That one is complete. That's enough for a first down. Donnie hands the catch. James Troll was a week 2 signing. He hasn't even played the whole season. That one's caught behind the defense. Gets it down close to the 20, dropped at the 25. Arizona gets the first down. James hands with the catch.
Jay had a great throw by Ashley Jackson, this time getting the ball out and where the receiver can get it, not throwing the ball short. As you can see here, just puts the ball high in the air. She's been having a hard time throwing the ball short and getting the pick. That's why she's had 6 so far. And right now, they're driving the football.
Trips to the left, single back behind Ashley Jackson. Looking to throw it, dumps it over the middle. That one's incomplete. Just trying to get rid of the ball and dump it down to a check down.
Yeah, I don't think James Hands was ready for that ball. I think the ball hit him in the face mask. I think Ashley was just trying to get rid of the ball. She felt the pressure coming around her, bringing up second down.
1:23 left on the clock. Arizona's out of timeouts. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left in the shotgun. Tiberius Bovine on the left side of the formation. Drops back to throw, goes left. That one's intercepted. Still going back past the 30, past the 40, down to the 44-yard line. Albert Begin with another interception.
Is that his 4th or 5th? I've lost count, but what a career day for Albert Begin. That's his 4th interception of the game, and that's going to do it for Arizona's season, as they're going to drop to 4-8.
Boy, and the sad part about that is that would have been a record-breaking catch for Tiberius Bovine.
I would have got him to 11,000 yards, but she's a pushing and shoving here going on there. The offensive line there. Griffin King getting a little feisty there at the end of the game. Hey, Griffin, you guys got the win. Just relax. Just chill. You're going to be running off the clock here and popping the champagne, knowing that you're going into the playoffs at 8-4.
Yep, so Queen City moves up to 8-4, and they'll jump up with Charleston and Baltimore pending this Jacksonville game here later. Stay in that top 6 here in the playoffs. And then the bottom 6, Sioux Falls has to play yet. They play against Vancouver. And that one will be coming tomorrow night at 7:30 is the Sioux Falls game. So Atlanta and Las Vegas yet tonight. Vancouver and Sioux Falls, Denver and Jacksonville tomorrow night. So Chicago and Sioux Falls have their positions, but Sioux Falls would like to move up a little farther also. And then St. Louis, Mexico City, both waiting on the results of some other games. Denver has a game yet tonight or tomorrow night to try and figure out their seeding along with Las Vegas tonight yet. So Queen City comes out with the win over Arizona, puts them a little more solid up in the top part of that bracket. And, the stats are leaning a little farther in Arizona's direction. It's just those interceptions, Gerald.
Those interceptions are killer. That's 7 for Ashley Jackson. I mean, it's hard to win games when you turn the ball over that many times. But you got to look at Arizona. For Arizona, you have to look at it. The positive is you threw 7 interceptions and you lost to a playoff team by only 9. So going into the offseason, you have that to look forward to. But Queen City just shows their defense plays absolutely well. They're in the top 5 in like 6 different stats. And boy, huge win rolling into the playoffs.
So a great game for Queen City and a great season for Arizona, even though they've playoffs. This was their inaugural season. They've got some things to work out. Ownership will get things going. Head coach will get things going. And you'll see Arizona back next season strong. But tonight, A.J. Caswell, 28 of 43 for 222 yards. Stephen Hacker with 100 yards receiving. Jet Zero with 89 yards rushing. That's their leaders on the day. For Arizona, Ashley Jackson, 26 of 41 for 275. But those 7 interceptions were just killer. Donnie Hand, 72 yards receiving. But Tiberius Bovine with 92 yards receiving. DJ Moses, 76 yards on the ground. BJ Loveless with 10 tackles, 2 for loss, and an interception. I'm showing BJ Loveless with an interception.
Well, BJ Loveless was all over the field for this game for Arizona. But like I said, you can't take anything away from either team. It was a tough, battle-fought game, and congrats to Queen City getting in the playoffs, and looking forward to more from Arizona.
All right, folks, it looks like we may have had a glitch here with the player of the game, but who are you going to give player of the game to? Let's talk about that between the two of us, Gerald. Who are we giving player of the game to?
Player of the game, wow, you'd have to give it to Albert Begin, the free safety, number 22, the Week 9 signing, the rookie, with 4 interceptions of Ashley Jackson. He was the star on the defense for both teams.
Yeah, 9 tackles, 1 pass defense, and 4 interceptions. That's our player of the game, Albert Begin. So we're going to get out of here tonight. You got another game coming up in about 10 minutes, so stick around. Don't go anywhere. For Mark Lopez handling stats tonight, Cameron Irvine back in the studio, and Gerald Giudice, my color analyst tonight. I appreciate everybody joining us. Rich Pratchard saying good night. We'll see you in the playoffs.